So everybody, welcome to Breaking Grounds. Vaccinating Android by Milan and danijel. Yeah, give them an applause.
Thank you. My name is Milan Gabor, and today is with me it's Danijel Grah. And we will be talking a little bit about vaccinating Android. So let's start. Actually, who are we? We are just two guys from Slovenia. So has anybody been to Slovenia yet? Really? Oh, cool, cool. I've been to Romania, giving a talk already there. So, what else do we do? We are just having fun breaking the stuff. Especially we love to play with the application. So my company is actually specialized in application security. So a little bit more about Slovenia, for those that are not so much familiar. Do you guess which kind of the city is Wikipedia talking about this? No, US city. It's 30th most in US. Actually, it's about Las Vegas. Why did I took this? Because metro area of Las Vegas has so many people that are actually living in Slovenia, so about 2 million people. And we are so small that on a flight, you know, they don't even put our capital city or even Slovenia. You have Croatia, you have Austria, Hungary, and there's Slovenia, you know, so we are that small. Who has been to the yesterday's talk about malware? That guy had a lot of cute puppies. So we won't have cute puppies, but we will have some nice pictures of Slovenia instead. So you will get a little bit familiar, and maybe next time when you're in Europe or in vicinity, you might be visiting Slovenia. Okay, let's see a little bit more about famous Slovenian guys. Does somebody remembers binary planting? It was hype a couple of years ago, also around the US and conferences. Actually, a company called Acros from Slovenia, they made fuss about it and they exploited it. So this is one part. And we don't only have good guys, but we also have bad guys. This one, he looks like almost like Edward Snowden. Is it? Kind of. But does somebody knows who actually he is? No idea? Well, actually, he's quite famous also in the United States because FBI was after him. So he wrote the software around the Mariposa botnet. Somebody hear about Mariposa botnet? It was like in 2009, 2010. Only 2 countries in the world was not infected with the Mariposa botnet. Any guesses? Which 2 countries in the world? No? North Korea and South Sahara. Because normally they don't have internet officially, also kind of. He was sentenced beginning this year for 4 years. I was actually going to his trial because I was really interested. The trial was going on in my city. And in America, the FBI is still after him. So in Slovenia, he was sentenced to 4 years. What do you think, how many years would he get in the United States? Around 60, yeah, a lot. So, yeah. So we have quite famous people in Slovenia also. Okay, so a little bit of agenda. So I'm going to just skip shortly. So where are we today in the mobile applications, especially Android? Short 101 APK analysis, going through what's static, dynamic, and then we're going to go. Daniel is going to be describing a little bit more about the tool that we wrote. And of course, we're going to have three demos, live demos. Who likes demos? Okay, great. Because I have been missing demos on BSides. You know, do you also did miss? Because I haven't seen so much demos. You know, everybody was talking about, nobody is showing it. So we're going to show it. I hope everything is going to be working. Okay, so where are we today? Actually, also the basic word is complexity, also with Android, especially if you go around the components that are actually in an Android ecosystem. You know, see, there's a lot of stuff. So a lot of code and a lot of stuff to play and exploit it. Also, if we're going to, I don't know if you trust HP 45 team, but they say that from their research, 9 of 10 mobile apps are vulnerable to something or to some. You can exploit them, and especially in this report, you have also other data that 86% of mobile apps lack sufficient security measures. The 80% were having problems with using SSL encryption, and a lot of stuff about that. And also Kaspersky says, okay, if you trust also Kaspersky, that 98% of modern mobile threats target Android. Before the talk, I was just walking around, and I was really happy to see that users with iPhones were coming to the talk about Android security. So it's interesting. And there are also some other things. There's a big need for testing mobile application. Last year we were getting quite a few requests for mobile apps to do the penetration testing, not just the banking or finance application, but also other, let's say, very popular mobile application from Slovenia. And if you go through source code, if you try to reverse some kind of source code, then you see that the development of the mobile apps is like development in late 90s. And this is based also on our experience. We analyzed a lot of mobile applications. We have been working also with the students from faculty on some kind of, say, joint projects regarding mobile security. And we have seen a lot of interesting stuff in there. So why actually is this happening? 3 things. Because the manager is focused on the due dates. Developers are not focused on security, but rather on features. And the last part, the users actually don't care about the security. So nothing new here. This is also one nice view of Slovenian capital city. So if you come, Ljubljana is a must. Okay. As a penetration tester or security analyzer, you're a man on a mission. Now you have to do pen test mobile application, you have to do security analysis, you have to do code review and other stuff. So sometimes it really feels like you need to see, and not only to see, but also feel invisible what's actually hidden in the application and try to get out of it. Once I found a very good, let's say, definition what the penetration testers or security analysis or security guys or even hackers are doing. Actually, we together as a community, we have been doing the same things as other people. Nothing new. But normally we are looking at them just in a different way. Does anybody wants to guess who actually said that? Any guesses? He already passed away, but the original author of this was Albert Einstein. So looking outside of this box, it's definitely the right way for the hackers and for the penetration testers. Okay, next thing, if you're in a mobile pen test security, is what to check. There are several things to check. First, definitely transport security. If the data is transmitted in plain text, if there are some kind of validation of SSL certificates, UI web views, there's problems last year there was a problem with your web views because you could do remote code execution. We have seen a lot of things regarding insecure data storage, so username, passwords, tokens in SQLite databases or in files. A lot of applications, they're logging. They are not just logging the necessary data, but also username and passwords and other interesting things. And of course, there's binary analysis. So you need to disassembly and decompile the application and detect obfuscation is something there. How many of you have taken apart APK already? Is it hard? No. Okay. But we're going to see how it's actually done this. Okay, this next one is Slovenia has also sea. We only have 30 kilometers of the sea, but we have some beautiful cities, so also a good place to visit. Okay, for those that they are not taken apart APK already, so we prepared just a couple of the slides so you see what's actually how you do it. So when you come home, you can do it on your own. So we're going to see just what APK is, how you get it, how you decompile and analyze, and how to test it. So actually, it's Android application package file. Anybody knows what's actually that APK? Exactly. Actually, it's a zip file. So you just rename APK to zip, and you can look at it, unzip it. Actually, this is written exclusively in Java with native libraries, so you can use native libraries regarding if you need the speed or other low-level functions. And it's composed of different components like activities, services, broadcast receivers, etc., etc. So if you're a developer, this is kind of process putting us together with the resource files and assets and source codes. And at the end, you have unsigned, or if you sign it, even signed APK, and you publish it to the store. So how to get an APK? The simplest way is just copy from the phone. If you don't know how to do it, now just go to YouTube. It's several videos are there. You can copy it from the backup. If you're doing a backup, you could use Android debugging bridge to pull it off. Or you just go to one site which it will download it for you. So you just put in a name, and you get the APK. Or you can download it from an untrusted source. I know what it means. Maybe some malware inside or something, but you can do it also. So the next step is to decompile it. So it's really simple. You just unzip it and then pull out the text jar or even text jar. You can get it from APK, so classes. And with JD GUI, you just open this jar and you got the whole Java source of the application. These are also the tools that are used. Who is using Kali Linux distribution, penetration testing distribution? All the tools are already there, so you don't need to install it anything. Or you can use that URL address. It will do everything on you. You just upload APK. It will decompile it, and you can save it to your own hard drive. Okay, since only a couple of hands were up, I will pass now to Daniel. He will show you how to just decompile it and get the source code from one APK.
Okay, can you hear me? I will just show you how simple it is to get the source code of the Android application, just to warm myself up because more serious stuff will come. So I'm just moving the application into a zip file. And then I'm unzipping it. Then I'm calling dex to jar to get the Java bytecode out of Dalvik bytecode. It takes some time. And now I will run GUI. How many of you know GUI? Sorry. I forgot in which directory I am. Okay. And here you can see the source code.
But as you can see, the source code has a pretty, just leave it for a second here. You see, their developers were quite good because their classes are named AA, BC, AAC. Oh, cool. Okay. What do you think they did before they publishing the application? Yeah, obfuscator, replacing the name and the methods. So our job is going to be a little bit harder, but not that hard. Okay. We also have some other cities at the sea, but that's it. Okay, the next thing is testing the application. Now, what's the next step? The next step, start simulator with the proxy. Why with the proxy? Because we want to see what's actually the application is sending to the server, or what is communicating. Install application in emulator or device. Normally we are using device because emulator is sometimes really slow. And use Wireshark, Fiddler, Zap, Burp, whatever you like. Who's using Burp? Who's using Zap? Nobody's using Zap. Okay, you run application, see the log, dump, crash, and files and other stuff. And when you do the analysis, what you sent over the network, you see the interesting. What? Yeah, you see the interesting stuff, and especially here, you know, the responses back from the server to the application. You know, I'm guess, you know, from the first site you can decrypt what's actually written there. So that's why we are also playing with binary dynamic analysis, because these kind of values that's actually sent from the server to the application, they are setting to some kind of variables in application. So you're going to see later on why it's much easier to interact in that way that we did it with application, that decrypting and seeing the stuff here. If you want to play, there are other tools like Dexter. With DexLab, it's a thing in beta, so you can see all the stuff that's actually done here. So the class is Decompilation, what's actually sent over over the internet. Then you have from Guy Balic, I think he's from Turkey. You also have one online analyzing tool. You just upload the application, you just upload the APK, and he does everything for you. He's that guy that actually crashed the Google Play when he was playing with some exploits. And I think the Google Play was unavailable for several hours. Just uploading one APK to Google Play and the system went down. Okay, and the next step is static analysis. So if you want to do static analysis, you need to know how to read the Java code, or at least a little bit, you know, how to program. How many people do you know how to read or how to program in Java? Okay, some of them. Great. What's the problem also with static analysis? Because you don't see any runtime replies. You just see the code. Nothing what's getting from the server, and it's obfuscated. It's renamed, and sometimes if the code is really, really huge, there is a problem identifying the ported segments in the code. So decryption, where it's sending to the server, how it's done with the logging, and things like that.
Okay, after we dived into static analysis, we wrote a tool, and it's basically a bash script that uses other tools, and it's used for decompiling the Android application and searching for patterns of source code. So, for example, if you identify a Java source that is vulnerable, you can place all the Android application into one directory and just run this tool, apkizer it's called, and put some regular expression into it, and this will show something similar to this. And here you can see that we search for HTTP, HTTPS, and protocols like that. So basically what application uses to connect to the server. And it gives you a brief description of source code and where it's located, this source.
So when you're doing statistical analysis, you might be feeling lucky, especially in Las Vegas. Feeling lucky is very important because sometimes you find in a source code things like that, just some server name, API, save, PHP, T and U. What if there is a game? Who wants to guess what actually T and U is? This is except from the source code, the server, actually with this call, you publish your score to the server. So the T are number of points and the U is username. So doing a statistical analysis, you just see that kind of code, just put it in a browser, just enter the scores, and you're at the top list of the scores. And sometimes if you're not lucky, you get this kind of stuff because all the tools for decompilation, they don't decompile it totally to see the Java code. So you get the intermediate codes, and sometimes it's really hard just looking at the source code. So with dynamical analysis, what we are looking into, actually it's monitoring and changing traffic with proxy. I have shown already something before with burp. Or you can use debugging, and there's another method you can use, reflection. So actually, what's reflection? Reflection is a language ability to inspect and dynamically call classes, methods, attributes at the runtime. So Java is perfect for this with use of your reflection, and that's the principle that we have been using in our tool, and it's worked just perfectly. And we use another component. It's called bean shell. Who knows what bean shell is? Anybody used it already? It's really nice library, Java library, actually Java interpreter. So scripting, support scripting languages is really small. You can include it in your project. And it has already all the methods for the reflection. And since we are kind of sometimes lazy and we didn't want to write and invent history again and again, we just use bean shell, and it's really getting us a really strong and powerful tool. So why should we go with reflection and not debugging? Because with the reflection you have higher level of view. You have classes, methods, and you have a better idea how application works. Especially you have a source code, so if you do the decompilation, you get the source code, you see all the classes, even if they have strange names like AA, AB, ABC, and you get the all access to objects, methods, and variables, and you got the real interaction with application, so in real runtime, so you can see. So these are all the features that we got, so we can access all the variables, even if they are declared private and it shouldn't be accessed from other classes. We can change it, call methods. So you could call methods, I don't know, if you have encrypted string, you could just call method decrypt and you get the decrypted string. And with Bean Shell, you can use also your own variables in scripts and actually write a Java code. So you're going to see, we're going to show how it's with 4, 5, 6 lines of code. You can do very good ultimate cheating machine. So what else do we see in analyzing with dynamical and statical analysis? There's authentication pins in the system logs and the builds, credential cached, SQLite databases, there are usernames and passwords. When we analyzed APKs, there are also internal IPs. So you get the internal IPs of the banks, other financial institutions. And sometimes you can get even hard-coded usernames, passwords, especially for the HTTP protected areas. A lot of applications have this kind of things inside. Okay, we also have rivers, pretty nice rivers. So if you want to come to Slovenia, that's definitely a place to be. Okay, Daniel is going to dig a little bit deeper, and he's going to explain what actually we did and then show some demos to get you feeling what's actually there.
So after digging deeper, we came up with a tool. It's called Vaccine. And what Vaccine actually does, it takes the Android application, injects a service into it, and then connects through the service to the application. After it's connected, it lives inside the application, so you can access all the variables, private, public. You can execute Java source code or Bean shell scripts or something else. Here you can see the environment in which Vaccine functions. On the left side, you can see the Android application, and on the right side, Vaccine consists mainly of 3 parts. It's a user interface, a bash script, that's its controller, and a component that is called manifest changer. What actually a bash script does is it takes the application, it unzips it, it uses a tool that is called Smalley. Does anybody know Smalley? Okay, for those that don't know Smalley, it's assembly language for Dalvik bytecode. And then we are adding our own code into Smalley, repackaging it again to the classes dex file, changing the manifest and included, or let's say replacing this manifest and classes dex in the original APK. And after that we are removing the signature, signing the application, installing, connecting, and so on. So what is possible with Vaccine is accessing objects and fields, executing methods of objects, and other stuff. I will show you that. Here's the user interface of Vaccine. On the left upper part, you can see the hierarchy of objects. These objects are used at runtime by the application. Below you can see the scripting part. Here you can write scripts or regular Java source code. And there's another view on the right side.
Yeah, if I just want to show you, its tool is really complicated, as normal hacking tools are. So it's from 3 parts, and that 3 parts are actually doing the, you could do a really lot of interesting stuff. Actually, you do coding, you write your own code here, and when you're calling execute, it's actually executing in runtime of the environment of the application. So the best way is to show the demo. And I think the best way is to try with the live application. So we're going to play a little bit games, since we are in Vegas. It's definitely a good place to play the games.
Okay, I will now start Vaccine. Okay, Vaccine started. Let's start the game.
So this what you see here. It's actually this device here. So we are bringing the. It's not working. Okay. So you see, it's actually the same same display as on a phone. So if we wanna, can I play?
No. Just a second. I will show you that I am on the application. I will show a message.
So actually, we can interact with application that's running on a phone and copying it just to vaccine. So you can see, so it's actually running there. So it's saying knock knock. So we can now interact or change all these variables or classes actually is running in this application. Can I play now?
Yes.
Okay, let's play the game. Okay. Okay, play now. Okay, it's the same game. You know, you need to have, I don't know. Okay, it's already ended because we have to wait for another round. But we can still already print some words. See here, there are words that actually you need to find them in a game. So let's wait for
just a second.
Okay, here's the round results. Okay, not connected. Okay, get started. Let's try another round. Play now. Crash.
Okay, just wait a second.
Yeah, we have problems with Wi-Fi. We tried to play it. Who knows English word? Jet. Okay, let's try with jet. Okay, I found the jet. Hot. It's also.
But actually, you can see I already printed the correct results out. So if you do the statistical analysis and you have
hesitate. Okay. Okay, I found the top word now. So actually, you have access to the all kind of the words. And if you remember that burp screenshot that I showed, actually these words are transferred over the HTTP to the application, but they're encrypted. So you cannot see what kind of words are actually transferred. But with this kind of methods, you can access unencrypted words stored in a hash table in an application.
Okay, we need to wait for another round. And after that, I will drop the answers on the user interface. So just wait a second.
So we found a way. Actually, this kind of application is actually obfuscated. So there are classes change name, but I don't know, for some reason they didn't change the name of the method, like dump answers. So this method, Daniel is going to call it. Now you can dump. Oh, I have the.
It's not sure.
Okay, let's reconnect. Okay, if he now calls this kind of method, you see, I got the ownership. I got the whole words already there, and actually it's ownership, and you can actually win every time in this kind of the game.
But I have also written a script that will play this game alone, so it will fill out all the answers and then set the user to BSides Las Vegas and hopefully win this game.
So you see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, but we can actually just put together in 6 lines of code. So with 6 lines of code, it's actually winning the game all the time. Why did we choose this game? Because my wife really likes to play it. And that's why we were playing with that game. Especially it was really nice because last year we done it in Romania. So we have been playing with that kind of game in Romanian language. So we were winning every time and we didn't know what actually we were inserting this because there were Romanian words. And we played this year in Paris, the same game in French words. And we were also winning the French words.
So now you can see BSides as top score.
BSides as a top scorer at that time. I hope they don't see it. So let's move on because we really want to. We are saving one last demo as the last one, and it would be too bad if we don't get to last demo. So okay. Oh shit. We forgot disclaimer. Everything that we are showing, it's just for educational purposes. But anyway, since we are Vegas, what's happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. At least they say so. So you're gonna keep the secrets. Which game did we go? Okay, we also have some castles, really nice castles, really nice cave behind that castle in Postojnske Jama, so you can come and visit. And there's let's say, next episode, because now we have been changing APK, but Daniel is going to explain that after CCC 30, from December last year, we found a new method that we don't need to change APKs anymore, but Daniel is going to tell a little bit more.
So we saw a talk, it was about dynamical Dalvik instrumentation. And what this stuff does, this guy, Colin Mulliner, built a framework that can be used to hook Java methods. So any Java method that the application uses and the underlying Android framework. So we did scratch ourselves, how can we use this? And after some help from Colin, we came up with a solution to inject our service and use vaccine without touching the application. So everything is done at runtime. But you need to do some stuff and use the framework, the hijack program. We are hijacking the Zygote process. How many of you know Zygote? Zygote is a process, it's like Mother Nature. Every application it's forked from this process, and yeah, it's Mother Nature. After using hijack, we inject our library, and we hook the Android app activity on start method. So everything is in place, and we can use vaccine. So I will show you how to do this on Google Play Store. So here you can see I'm on the phone and I have already placed all the necessary things, and I will run the hijack program. But first we need to know the PID of the Zygote process. It's 140. So I am actually waiting for the application to start. So let's run the application.
BBQ. So actually now on the phone, our application already started. So you see the Google Play Store is actually starting up. It takes a little bit longer because it's now loading our classes runtime and injecting into a virtual machine. So all the vaccine and all the classes from bean shell and other stuff is actually already there. So we didn't touch any more APKs, and we are actually hooking on start method and running it there. We also need to forward the port that service is listening on it, and then to start, and then we get the same Java GUI, and you can now interact with Google Play and all the classes that are actually there.
So just to prove you that I am on the application, I will print the user ID.
Just before Daniel is searching for the code with vaccine, here you have all the methods and all the variables, and if they change, they're changing the colors to the red, so you can easily spot what's actually changed in the runtime from the last update. And here you can set the watches. You can set the variables that you want to watch, and to see which kind of variable are changing.
Now here you can see the output, and it's called com and read winding. This is the package, so the Play Store.
Okay. What are the changes between two methods that we have been researching? With APK, there is no need for you to have the rooted phone. You just change APK and upload it with ADB. ADB needs to be, of course, enabled, and untrusted sources, you can install it on your device, but no root, and you have to download it, modify, and upload, but Vaccine takes care. With going to the Android, so hijacking and injecting the libraries, you need to have rooted phone, but there's no need for modification for APK, because somehow with the APKs, they are checking if some kind of modification it has been done on APK, but we found only a few packages that are actually looking for that kind of things. Okay, there's another beauty in Slovenia, so definitely worth to see it. Okay, there are some definitely challenges ahead of us. What can you do with this kind of tool? Actually, it's not only for Android. You can use it. We actually had one project this year. We actually tested it with Oracle Forms. Who knows what Oracle Forms are? Is still somebody using Oracle Forms? Sadly, yes. I thought they were dead until the client, contacted us. Yeah, and we actually injected this in Oracle Forms. So in the process, with a little bit modifying with burp requests. So when the form was downloading, we actually injected our code before, started Oracle Forms, and then actually we happily lived in Oracle Forms. So the reflection is still not dead, because there are some other projects like Java Snoop. You could actually attach to the Java process and you do the same, but we tried with Java Snoop and it was not working with the latest version of Java, and we tried to contact authors and we didn't get any reply. And definitely we have ideas to use with other Java applets, Minecraft maybe, or some other ERP systems that are using Java. That would be definitely the perfect way to use it. For changing and injecting into Oracle Forms, how many times? We did spend about 5 hours, to change everything, and we are running with the GUI and inspecting all the elements. So there are also other kind of possibilities, because with this kind of, you don't need to package and then repackage. You can just write it and compile it at the runtime. So you can get the phone instance. You can send class 0 SMSs. Also or even you create ultimate cheating platforms. So final thoughts before we wrap up. It's just one small script, small GUI tool. It's going to be never finished. Now it can help testers, researchers, or even hackers, cheaters. And we are open for suggestions and improvement comments. We're going to be publishing it on our GitHub. So it's going to be freely available. Just download it, run it. give us feedback. We will be really thankful for it. And some other tips, if you're doing the Android development, you have to know your platform. This means read more than one book, different than iOS, Android in 10 minutes. And especially experience and mileage helps a lot. Experience from different kind of fields, especially developing a Java application. Okay, but since we are in Vegas, we cannot go at the end without any demo. What do you think? I was a little bit thinking more like online blackjack. Good enough? Okay, let's try one game, and you're going to see how it's easy. Now that's the code that Daniel is actually copying now to help playing with blackjack. What would help playing with blackjack? Would it help if you see the next card that it's coming? Would that be good? If you see next 4 cards, would it help? Let's see if we can try to make. Okay, I will be playing the blackjack. I'm not really good gambler. Just a second. Okay, there you see. Actually, we took. We took one game from the App Store. I don't know, it's quite popular. It has several million downloads. So let's try to play the game. Are you ready? You have
just a second, please.
Bumps.
Let's play the game.
You see, we can show a little bit code. What's actually doing the code for those that can read Java up. So first of all, we a little bit snip the traffic, so we see that mapping from one resources to other. So actually, these are the cards. So we could write normal cards, but we extended it. So actually, we're gonna see the cards from resources, so images. And this is actually the code that's actually showing the games and all the stuff doing. It's not that much. Although the code was encrypted and obfuscated, we still can use it. Are you ready? Yeah. Okay, let's play. See, I started the game. Okay, it's starting. Let's sit here on this left, buy into the game. Okay, I'm into the game. I'm only with 2 players in a bank. Wait for another turn.
So you will notice that when the hit button pops up, it will show the next card the user will receive.
Yeah, so let's deal the cards. Okay, so you see the next card is going to be 8 spade. So if we 14 and 8, it's 22.
Not so good.
That's not, I was busted. So I lose $300 points, whatever. Okay, let's try another one. Okay, 17. So let's see the next. Now it's your turn. Should we stand, double, or hit? Okay, stand.
And you will see the bank will take this card. Yeah.
So we will level up. So for the next level. And actually this kind of, it gets you 4 next cards. We are trying to get on the GUI, but it's kind of problems because, cannot just write on the GUI this kind of images. But with the lock, you see all the 4 cards, next 4 cards. Or you can do, you can count the cards because every 4 times they are shifting. So you can do your own model and, you just play it and, okay, let's see next 4 cards. Okay. Then we're finished. Okay, 2 minutes. Great.
No, the cards are outputted to the system output.
Yeah, see, the next 4 cards are 8 diamond, J club, 10 hearts, and queen spade. Okay, let's do another one and to see if this is true. What should it, let's say hit. I have a blackjack, so it was 8 spade. So it works. So
it works.
Actually, we are living inside the application, and we have the full control of all the variables. And this is why is this interesting? Because normally variables, they are not encrypted. You know, they're just values, so you can be scores. You know, you can do fuzzing with this with runtime. So a lot of crazy ideas you can get from this. Okay, so we didn't have cute puppies, but at the end we can have nice cat. Actually, it's my cat enjoying the sun, taken a couple of weeks ago. And yes, some questions. No questions. Okay, you can stop us, you can bug us. We will be here. We will be at DEF CON. So at the end, thank you very much. Oh, one question. It's gonna be, I don't know, at the end of this week. So it's gonna be there, zip. You just call it. It's not malware, so no malware inside, but you can decompile it and use it. So it's gonna be free. So okay, thank you very much. I hope you enjoy it.